Hello and welcome back to Art Masters with me, Mrs. Portilla. Today we will be doing work by Seurat. And Seurat liked to make paintings like the one behind me by using dots of color. And that's called pointillism. He was also an impressionist artist, so he liked to use a lot of light and darks instead of super fine details. He also explored with warm colors and cool colors. So like our cool colors of the water or the shade versus the warm colors of the grass and the umbrella. And when you put contrasting colors together, like red and green, they really pop. So we're going to be exploring a lot with colors, warm and cool, and pointillism. You see how the ladies are carrying umbrellas? Are they using those for rain? No, they're using them for sun. So we're going to do a pointillism umbrella using warm colors or cool colors, just like Seurat's painting. But instead of doing a million tiny dots, we're going to use sandpaper. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to show you two ways of doing this, freehand and with a template. So first I'm going to do freehand. So we're going to draw a diagonal, so from this point to this point, diagonally across our paper, a big, long J with a hook, right? So I'm going to go down, sketching with my pencil, and make a hook. So that's going to be the handle of our umbrella. And then I'm going to make a big kind of sideways C for the top of our umbrella. So keep in mind I'm doing big, right? Because I want this umbrella to take up most of my paper. So I'm going to draw my big C curved line on top in this corner. Then I'm going to connect these ends, but I'm not going to make a straight line. I'm going to do scallops or kind of like big wide M's, little hills, all the way to the end, which makes it look like an umbrella. Now, if you don't like freehand, we're going to use a template, which is our little plate here. So we're going to do the same thing. We do have to do our J. So we're going to go from the diagonal. We're going to draw a big, long J, curve on the end. Then you're going to put your plate, try to make your J kind of in the middle of your plate, and then you're going to hold it down with one hand and lightly sketch over your template with the other, just the top. And again, you are going to scallop or big, wide M's. You're then going to connect these scallops to the top. So I'm going to put a dot in the middle of my umbrella top, right? You see how it kind of lines up with my J? And then I'm going to connect each of these little points with a curved line to my dot. Okay, so go ahead and get your paper and a pencil. And if you want a template, you could raise your hand and ask for a template. And you're going to draw the J, the big curve, the scallop, big M's, and then you're going to connect it to the dot so you have an umbrella drawing. Hey, great job drawing. So once you have your drawing, we're going to pick out 3 warm colors and 3 cool colors. So Seurat liked to use warms and cools. So remember, warm colors are like colors of the sun. So red, yellow, orange, kind of like a fireplace. And then we have cool colors, which are more like colors you'd find in the shade or the water, which are blues, greens. This is like a turquoisey color. So you pick out 3 warm and 3 cool once you guys get your crayons after you watch me. And then you're gonna need sandpaper. So instead of doing a million little points, because we don't have all day, we're gonna use sandpaper for our dots. So I'm going to decide to do my umbrella, either my warm colors or my cool colors. So for this example, I am going to use warm colors for my umbrella. And I'm gonna use the back of my crayon, the flat side, instead of this pointy side. So we're gonna turn our crayons upside down. So you're gonna place your paper like this on my sandpaper. Then you're gonna lightly color with each crayon. So my first crayon, I'm gonna do red. I'm not pushing hard. And you see, I'm using little circles. You could do it however you like. Sometimes little circles gets a nice surface area colored. Lightly color with one of your warm colors. Okay, then once you do one color, you're gonna move your paper so you get different dots. So it'll be more interesting. And then go ahead and use your second color. Then you're gonna use your third color. Okay, and then don't forget your handle. So again, I'm using my warm colors, the back side of my crayon, to go down my handle. And then I'm gonna move it. Great, so go ahead and get your sandpaper. Pick out 3 warm colors and 3 cool colors. And then you can decide if you wanna do a warm umbrella or a cool umbrella, moving the paper with each color. Okay, great job. So you should have your warm or cool umbrella. And now I'm going to show you how to do some shading. Seurat would play with the light and the darks in his painting. So if you look at the park painting you have, you'll see lots of spots where there's light and there's some shadows. So we're gonna pick where our light source is gonna be, but I'm gonna show you what happens when I put a light on something. Okay, so my sun is over here, and then you see it's creating a shadow, and that this side of this volcano is light. And when I move my light, the light is here and the shadow is behind it. So we're going to pick where we want our light to be. So I'm gonna have my light be here, up here in this corner. So when I put my light on there, that means the umbrella up here is gonna be light and behind it is gonna be shadow, just like we did with our volcano. So for the light, I'm just leaving it alone. And for the shadow, I'm gonna use a dark color. But since this is warm, I'm gonna keep it a dark warm color, like a dark brown. And I'm going to shade the corner using the back side of my crayon. I'm gonna kind of start on the edges. And now I'm pushing a little bit harder to get the dark. And then I'm gonna kind of just go up some of these lines here. And now you see how this side is a little bit darker than that side. And then I also want to do it with my handle. So I'm going to color a little bit here. And honestly, I'm using the point at this point just because this is a really skinny area. Just at the top. And then I'm going to do the bottom part of the handle to give it a little more depth. If you did a cool painting, then you might want to use this really dark blue, but I already used this dark blue, so I'm going to use this purple. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to have my sun in the same spot. My light's going to be up here. So that means this is light and this is going to be dark. Okay, so now you're going to go ahead and pick where you want your sun or light source to be. If you want to keep it simple, just do what I did. Make it up here. And you're going to keep this side light. And you're going to pick a dark cool color, like a dark blue or a dark purple. And you're going to pick a dark warm color, like a dark brown. And you're just going to shade part of your drawing using your sandpaper and the back side of your crayon. Okay, awesome job. So now we're gonna do our background. So again, we still have our cool and our warm colors separate. So since I did a warm umbrella here, I'm gonna do a cool background. And I'm still kind of thinking about light and dark. So I might keep this portion a little bit lighter and use my darker colors. So since I did a warm umbrella, I'm gonna use my cool colors. Okay, so once I have my lighter color down, I'm gonna grab another color, and you saw how I moved my paper sometimes to get different dots. So now I'm gonna pick my darker cool color, and if this is my light, this is my shadow, so I'm gonna start in this corner. I'm trying to keep this corner a little bit darker, and I might not even fill in the whole spot. I might leave this top part without the purple. Now I'm gonna grab my third color, and you see I'm kind of even going over the handle, and that's fine. I'm gonna go with my third color and moving my paper every once in a while as I color. So go ahead and fill in your background. If you did a warm umbrella, you're gonna use cool colors in the background. And if you did a cool umbrella, you're gonna use warm colors in the background, and you're going to be moving your paper along the sandpaper as you go. Okay, awesome job, guys. So you should have your warm or cool umbrella with your warm or cool background. And now I'm gonna add some final details. I'm gonna use my dark brown, and I'm actually gonna add some more shadows here along my lines. And now I'm kind of using the tip of my crayon just because I wanna add some more depth. So I'm gonna go over all my little umbrella lines very lightly. And then I can even use my red if I want, because I feel like I need some more red on here. So go ahead and you're gonna look at your umbrella, and you're gonna see if it needs some more, maybe you need a little bit more red in the top of your umbrella. Maybe you wanna add a little bit more of a darker shadow in your umbrella. So go ahead and do some more details with shadowing. Great, so now you guys will see I even added a little bit more yellow, a little bit more orange, because I wanted it to be a little bit more vibrant. So you can always add more, but unfortunately you can't take away. So don't add too much. Always stopping and looking, do you need more? And then I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of a shadow on my background. So you'll see how this person added a little bit of a shadow underneath their umbrella, which makes it seem like there's a ground there. You don't have to do this, this part's optional. So I'm gonna just take my dark blue or purple, because this is cool, and I'm gonna start at the handle, and I'm just gonna go in a line all the way to about the tip of my umbrella. So I start at my handle, do a dark area right about to there. So go ahead and add the shadow. If you want to add some shadow, you can add some more darks to make your drawing more defined. Okay, so awesome job, guys. So the last thing you're going to do is you're going to glue your paper on one of these matted papers. Then you're gonna turn it over and put your name on it, and you're gonna glue your Seurat tag on the back. Awesome job today, guys, with your Seurat pointillism painting. So hopefully you guys will have some time to evaluate each other's work. And maybe you're gonna point out, did you do a cool color umbrella or a warm color umbrella? Do your colors really pop? Did you add a shadow? Those are the things we're going to be pointing out when we evaluate each other's work. The colors, the shadows, maybe they're contrasting colors like red and green, so they really pop. So I hope you enjoyed your time today doing your Impressionist pointillism by Seurat.